motion-controlled arcade game released by Konami, with fighting and shooting attacks by a controller using the player's hand. The controller is a multi-function action controller, including shooting gun action, punching action, throwing action, and driving action. For shooting action, the players can move the controller forward as a gun and shoot enemies like any regular light gun game. For punching action, players can shake the controller for fast punches to beat down the enemies, and use specialized punches such as a straight jab or a hook. Chaos Code, Kaosh Kodo Kaosu Kodo, is a fighting game series developed by FK Digital and published by Arc System Works. The first game, known as Chaos Code, Sign of Catastrophe, was released for Sega's ring-wide arcade system board on August 4, 2011. A port for the PlayStation 3 was first released on December 19, 2012 on Hong Kong's PlayStation Network, followed by subsequent home releases in both Japan and North America in 2013 and the PAL region in 2014. A remastered version, Chaos Code, New Sign of Catastrophe, was released on arcades on June 6, 2013, and on PlayStation 4 and Windows on March 15, 2017. It features a new online mode and new characters. The game was ported to the Nintendo Switch and released on March 26, 2020. This sequel title, known as Chaos Code, Next Episode of Extreme Tempest, was announced at 2018 as an in-work sequel title in Japanese arcades. The finalized title was revealed during EVO Japan 2020. However, FK Digital confirmed on February 9, 2020 that the sequel has been postponed for 1 year. A year later, on February 18, 2021, the series producer, Mickey Lin, confirmed on his Twitter that FK Digital has returned to the development of the sequel game. Bunko Fighting Climax is a 2D arcade fighting game developed by Akal Software and French-bred and published by Sega. The game celebrates the 20th anniversary of ASCII MediaWorks' Denjiki Bunko imprint, featuring various characters from light novels published under the imprint. The game was first released in Japanese arcades in March 2014, and later released on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita on November 13, 2014. The console version was released in North America and Europe in October 2015. The game's theme song is Belief by Mami Kawada. An updated version of the game, titled Denjiki Bunko, Fighting Climax Ignition, Denji Wonku Fighting Climax Ignition, Denjiki Bunko Fightinga Kuramakusua Gunishin, was released in July 2015. The update contains additional characters and more balanced gameplay. The updated version was released on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita in December 2015 only in Japan. The updated version's theme song is ID by Lisa. Blade FX brings fantasy RPG action back to the arcade. Based on the popular mobile game Infinity Blade, this game features gorgeous visuals powered by Epic's Unreal Engine 3, all controlled using a large multi-touch screen. Players use basic finger swipe moves to spar with a variety of challenging opponents. You can attack, parry, dodge or block against the various minions as you advance your way towards the sinister God King and the Infinity Blade. You can also upgrade your skills, weapons and armor to make your quest more exciting and worth playing over and over again. Questo Puyo Puyo, Questo Puyo Puyo. Quesuto, not to be confused with Pew Pew. Quest Arcade or Pew Pew Quest, the RPG-styled quest mode in Pew Pew Box, is a puzzle RPG spin-off of the Pew Pew series. The game features puzzle elements that is never before seen in the franchise, and uses a card system similar to other mobile RPGs such as Puzzle and Dragons. The game is also renowned for reviving many older characters from across the franchise, and introducing many new original characters. Ritual Entertainment/Activision in 2001. Ritual Entertainment/Activision released only one different machine in our database under this trade name, Complicated Computer Simulator, where the player wanders through labyrinths of streets and buildings battling various enemies with a selection of different weapons. King of Fighters 一巡用98ウルティメイトマッチファイナルエディション The King of Fighters 一巡用98 Ultimate Match Final Edition is the second and final upgrade to the King of Fighters 一巡用98 Dream Match Never Ends. This version contains various tweaks to the characters and game mechanics. It was initially for the arcades, and has been released to the PC through Steam in December 16, 2014. Also was released a version for Humble Bundle in January 9, 2016, and a GOG version in June 1, 2018. This version also features the arranged versions of the BGMs by default during gameplay. This version also has been released for PlayStation 4, firstly in June 21, 2022, 4 years after the release of the normal edition, ported from the PS2 version. The final edition also earns a special illustration made by Hiroaki. During the first day of Tokyo Game Show 2021, it has been confirmed that the final edition of the game, released by Steam and GOG, received a major update, which included netcode rollback netcode, developed by Code Mystics, which aimed to improve online matches. The same process occurred with the King of Fighters 97, Garu, Mark of the Wolves, the King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match, The Last Blade 2 and Samurai Showdown V Special, only on PS4. The first rollback test occurred between October 19th and 29th. A second beta test occurred between November 29th and December 4th, with 2 features, the online lobbies and the spectator mode. The update was released officially in December 20th, 2021, and also includes the original soundtrack as a downloadable feature. The online lobbies and the spectator mode also are available in the King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match. Is a 2D crossover fighting game developed by Studio Seizensen and published by Nicalis, released on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch and Microsoft Windows via Steam in August 2018, as well as a Japanese arcade release. It features one-on-one combat between several characters from various independent video game franchises. Robotic invasion is underway, and only you and your partner can stop it in Elevator Action Invasion by UNIS. Focusing on dual-player shooting action, this action-packed game puts you into the shows of 2 well-armed special agents, who infiltrate a facility that has been overtaken by an army of evil cyborg soldiers. Take aim and earn combos to rack up the highest score, and use the elevator controls on the control panel to navigate through the complex. Summer is an arcade racing game released by Sega in 2009. The game runs on the Sega Lindbergh platform. There are 2 game modes, race mode and time attack mode. In race mode, players choose between 3 Hummers, each with an additional variant, to race against 20 opponents. 2 different variants of the cabinet feature 2 sets of controls side by side. This enables co-op play between players on the same cabinet using the driver change system, which swaps the person controlling the vehicle at checkpoints or after collisions. Consequently, it is possible for up to 8 people to race at the same time, if the maximum of 4 2-player machines are linked. The game also features a boost meter, which can grant a speed boost when filled. The boost meter is increased by driving through destructible obstacles and landing controlled jumps. Lost in the Island of Tropics is a Sega light gun sequel game to the 2009 game, Let's Go Jungle, Lost on the Island of Spice. The game follows the story of Beth and her bumbling tour guide, Zach. While out on a boat tour around the island, pirates being chased by sharks crash into their boat and try to commandeer it. The 2 are thrown overboard and wash ashore on a tropical island, where the local wildlife has gone crazy. Beth and Zach must work together if they hope to escape the island. The game follows many of the same conventions as the original games, mixing arcade shooting with press X to not die segments with a few control tweaks. It is also notable for being the first 3D motion ride arcade produced by Sega. Even the 3D system used by the game is impressive. It used a 55-inch autostereoscopic display, basically, a scaled-up version of the Nintendo 3DS lenticular LCD display, meaning unlike other 3D arcade attractions, no glasses are required to enjoy the 3D in this game. 2016 saw the release of the Dream version, essentially the same game only modified for the Dream Raiders arcade machine. Phantom Breaker is a fighting video game developed and published by 5PB. For the Xbox 360 in June 2011. An arcade version of the game running on Sega's Ring Edge 2 arcade board, titled Phantom Breaker, Another Code, was released in April 2013. In addition, an enhanced edition, titled Phantom Breaker Extra, was released for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in September 2013. A beat-em-up spin-off, Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds, was released via Xbox Live Arcade. The latest update, Phantom Breaker Omnia, was released worldwide in March 2022 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam by Rocket Panda Games. Street Fighter 4, Story Fighter 4, Sudorito Fighter 4, is a 2008 fighting game published by Capcom, who also co-developed the game with Dimps. 8. It was the first original main entry in the series since Street Fighter 3 in 1997, a hiatus of 11 years. The coin-operated arcade game version was released in Japan on July 18, 2008, with North American arcades importing the machines by August. 9. The console versions for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 were released in Japan on February 12, 2009, and were sold in North American stores as early as February 16, with a February 18 intended release date. The official European release was on February 20. 1. A Microsoft Windows version was released on July 2, 2009, in Japan, 3. July 3, 2009 in Europe, 4. And July 7, 2009, in the United States. 5. A version for iOS was released on March 10, 2010. 6. Also, an Android version was launched, initially as an exclusive for certain LG devices. Then by December 31, 2012, the exclusivity expired and the game was made available for all Android devices on the Play Store, with a region restriction that makes it available only in Japan. 10. An updated version, Super Street Fighter 4, was released as a standalone title in April 2010. 11. Upon its release, the game received universal critical acclaim, receiving universally high scores from many gaming websites and magazines. It was followed by Super Street Fighter 4 and Arcade Edition in 2010, 3D Edition in 2011, and Ultra Street Fighter 4 in 2014. All versions of Street Fighter 4 have sold over 9 million units across all platforms,